This is the Altitude Daily Podcast. Everything you can't miss from today on Altitude Sports Radio. Moser, Lombardi and Kane.
Hey, you coach up. I saw a dude, kind of a reddish blonde-haired dude, doing his thing on the ice the other day. That's a good sign, ain't it?
It is. It's a really good sign, yeah. Man, I was impressed with him out there. I know, it's like our team was, coming off the big win. We wanted to get out and flow and go a little bit and get some movement and get loose. And we kind of probably had the governor on at about 85%, but he looked like he fit right in. He was moving well, shooting well. I love the energy that he brings to the ice, and it's a little bit contagious with our team. It was certainly good to have him out there, and he looked better than I thought. I haven't seen him on the ice for a while because he's been doing his thing a little bit away from our team, but that's a good sign, and he's out on the road trip, and hopefully he skates with us again here. And you know how it goes with this process for him. It's been 2 steps forward, 1 step back, sort of planned cautiousness, but our team's certainly happy to have him around, and he's starting to look pretty good out there.
Have you seen any of the stuff that's been going around with him, whether it's the docuseries or anything, or have you not caught that yet?
I haven't caught the docuseries yet. Yeah, I know they released, I think, the first 2 episodes, right? And TNT picked it up, and I'm definitely going to watch it. I just haven't had the time yet to dig into those first couple episodes.
You're asking a hockey coach in the middle of the season if he's watching
wondering.
television. Hey, did you watch every episode of White Lotus? Did you catch up on seasons 2 and 3 by chance?
Well, Coach, my days.
I actually am caught up on White Lotus.
Good to hear. So, all right.
It's one of those things like when it's got to be the right moment. Sometimes that's my release to go watch some TV, watch a Netflix series, a Paramount series or something. But I don't want to get done doing all my hockey work and then start watching hockey stuff again sometimes. So that's the reason for not having watched Landy's yet. But sometimes I like to let them all drop and then just watch them all at the same time.
Do you happen to DVR Moser, Lombardi and Kane at all?
No, but I do listen to you guys in the car in the morning.
The Altitude Daily, the morning sprint.
Is this the end of some sort of master plan from Gabe Landeskog that he could have played over the past couple of years and really pushed it, but looked at the projection, looked at the roster that the Avs had and went, if I'm really going to give it one last push, one more try, was it really worth it last year looking at that goaltending? Was it really worth it looking at the depth that the Avs had on the forward side? And finally, this year, with all of these moves, the best goalie he has had in his time here in Colorado, the best center depth he's had in his time here in Colorado, where he finally goes, now it's worth it.
Okay, I got a 3-pronged answer. I'll be short. Number 1, no, I don't think that's what happened. That's planning way too much. How the hell would he know 2 years ago what their goaltending room would look like? How would he know what moves are going to make at the deadline?
He did know what they were going to look like then, though. He knew what they looked like in that point in time.
I don't think any professional athlete would actively choose to be 3 years out of a job to jump back in. I don't think that's the way it works because I have my concerns about, let's say he is healthy, he jumps back in. What kind of player are you? I've seen, multiple examples of players who retire for a year and come back. They might still be productive, but they aren't the same. It's too hard. You take 3 years off of anything, it's going to be really hard to get back to the level you were at. Raj, imagine you stopped today. You didn't do radio again until March 19th of 2028. Probably going to take you a minute to get back in the swing of things.
Might be tough.
So I don't think that's a choice that he made. Now, I will say this. Prong number 2. I've had the conspiracy theory, docuseries, multiple podcasts, multiple interviews, multiple sit-downs. You can tell me that's just a promotion for the TV show. Why do you feel the need to do it? That's my conspiracy theory, is now he feels like, okay, this is the year I'm going to have to come back or I'm not going to. And we all kind of feel that. But I think he's pushing it, and every indication he's given is, I ain't retiring. And I'll tell you the third thing when we talked to Bedsy today. That is the most optimistic answer in 3 years that he's given. Because I've asked him multiple times against my own will. I look at the text line, they're like, are you going to ask him about Gabe? And in my head, I go, why? So he can say, oh, yeah, he's still working. He's done that for 3 years. That is the most telling answer that Bedsy gave on Landeskog since he's been hurt.
The Altitude Daily. Polumbus, Hastings, and DMac.
Broncos have a new punter, Scott, and his name is Matt Hack. It's got to be, he spells hack with 2 A's. Hack. Hawk. Could it be Hawk? Could it be Mott Hawk? Haack. See, that's got to be some Swedish. Norway. There's got to be something there, right? Like Hawk. Ron. Like, why do you need 2 A's in a row in your last name if your name's Hack? So it can't be Hack. It must be Hack.
Hawk.
Yeah,
Hawk.
I guess. It's the Hawk Tua punter. That's who we got. We got Hawk Tua punter. Just put it on your foot. Just kick it a little bit. That's all. Just put it right out there. Hawk Tua. So we got Hawk Tua.
Ball snap back to the punter. Here's Logan next year.
Well,
snap back to the punter.
Well,
Hawk! Tua! Blasted down to the.
Blasting it down. Hawk Tua's blasting it down the field. I love it. All sorts of fun talk here on the radio. Anyways, he's a lefty. And it does bring up a quirky issue, Scott. Talk about weird NFL things. I'll give you a weird one. Every now and then, the Broncos face a lefty punter. So in order to practice fielding punts from their lefty punter they're seeing this week, what the Broncos have done over the years, Scott, is they've brought in on a tryout basis lefty punters so their punt returners could judge the spin of a ball because it's different off the foot of a lefty than a righty. If you have a lefty punter, does that mean you have to bring in righty punters the entire year to practice catching punts?
Well, then you just have Lutz punting because Lutz your backup punter during game days.
You would think that would make the most sense, but I've never understood the kicking punting conundrum where they can't do both these skills. I look at them during practice and they do nothing. These specialists do nothing during practice except for like 10 minutes of work. And I'm like, learn a new skill. Maybe Portuguese. I don't know. I mean, do something. And so I have no idea.
Back when we used to go out and do shows out at the Dove Valley all day and stuff, and they'd be having practice, and you're trying to watch the linemen are doing this, or they're doing goal line defense, you're doing it, and over on the backfield, or the snapper, the kicker, and the punter, and they're trying to kick balls into a trash can in the far end of the corner.
The Altitude Daily. Kreckman and Lindahl.
Let me ask you this. Let's just say, for the sake of the discussion, that Jamal Murray plays as well. Even though I would agree with you, judging by how bad it looked he rolled his ankle, I'm not sure he goes tonight, but we'll see.
And we're speculating. He could
pure
just go.
Speculation. I've not seen any tweets because we're still quite a ways out from actual tip-off. It's only 2:30 out there.
Yeah.
I asked Scotty last night, do you think, because I think Scotty was agreeing with you about Malone possibly holding his adjustment to what we saw Reddick do in the last meeting between these two teams.
I'm glad you're bringing this up.
I asked, does he show it tonight or does he hold it for the playoffs? Scotty thinks that you may not have a choice because, again, as I pull up the nothing changes in the standings. It's funny. The Rockets and Nuggets, again, same record. Whatever the tiebreaker is, gives Houston that. Lakers still 2 games behind. You had aptly pointed out to me, did not realize this because Golden State has the same issue because of the fires. Those teams still have 2 games to make up and will make up before the season's over.
It's worth noting, by the way, you mentioned the fire makeups. They had to play San Antonio. The Lakers did on Monday. That was the second night of a back-to-back. The Lakers play again tonight. This is a stretch of 4 games and 5 nights for LA.
So a lot of basketball for them.
Yeah,
but
and without LeBron.
Scotty said because, and again, basically they only have a game up on the Lakers despite 2 extra wins in the column. Scotty thinks that he might break out the adjustment because they need the game. What say you?
Yeah, I'm split on this, which I know is not what I'm supposed to do in sports talk radio. I know I'm breaking the commandments here, okay? But basically what Andy is talking about is the last time that they played the Lakers, LA used a fronting coverage on Nikola Jokic. Now, J.J. Redick didn't invent this, but J.J. Redick employed it quite effectively in that game where L.A. came in and beat Denver, was that 3 weeks ago now, 4 weeks ago, however long ago that was now. And I made the argument after that game, Malone intentionally did not adjust. I think Jokic intentionally did not adjust. I think they wanted to play that thing straight up, and they've been playing it straight up an awful lot. And I argue they're doing that because they want to get more of that coverage on film, and also because they're trying to figure out how to beat that coverage straight up. Sometimes it's... Here's the thing about Nikola Jokic is anything that you throw at him, he will adjust and he will kill you, okay? So in this case, what you can do is you can have Jokic initiate pick and roll, start with the ball in his hands. You can use Jokic at the top in pick and roll and, again, try and open up opportunities for him to catch on the move, or you could simply run Jokic off of screens and allow him to catch already on the move. There's any number of things that you can do that aren't just Nikola Jokic straight up battling down in the post. Again, the Lakers didn't invent this coverage, and the Nuggets have seen it a billion times, and they've always been able to adjust to it. But I think that Michael Malone and Nikola Jokic like getting a chance to see, all right, what's everybody doing to us? This is sort of an information gathering process going into the postseason.
You've been listening to the Altitude Daily. Catch us live weekdays on 92.5 FM, the Altitude Sports Radio app, twitch.tv/AltitudeSR, youtube.com/Altitude Sports Radio, and your favorite smart speaker. Say Altitude Sports Radio.